Eat good food.
Eat good food. Eat good food.
Eat good food.
Eat good food. Eat good food. Bang, bang, bing. Eat good food. Yeah, there where we got the food from today. And today, we have a special guest, a proper guest, a special guest, Martel Mackenzie. We got Big Ride, Mr. Two Different. We got Mo in the building. Got food I got.
Them food blogs they surely can't test. EGF. Them food blogs they surely can't test. Eat good food go with EGF. Eat good food go with EGF.
I got a question, and it's kind of a similar question to what you were saying as well, yeah. D. You see where you're involved in so much and you've got so much knowledge on what you care about. Like, you see, D said that he puts his phone to the side, and he kind of has his break, So what do you do to, like, kind of replenish your mind? How do you kind of get your kind of balance back?
I actually feel balanced. I don't know, because it's not something that I do and put to one side. It's me. I live it every single day.
See, there's no switch off point.
So there's times that there is, but not in the same way that you guys might do it. Like, for example, my phone is always on night mode.
Oh, really?
My phone is always on night mode. I have different numbers from my WhatsApp to my normal calling number. I barely give anyone my calling number. If I do, it's to do with work or it's family or something where I can't speak to someone via WhatsApp. On my WhatsApp, it's a separate number, same phone, separate number. So people from WhatsApp that are in these groups who love to try and ring you and stuff, when they try and ring me, they can't get through to me. I know WhatsApp has introduced a WhatsApp call now, but I switch all my notifications off as well on social media.
Okay.
So I don't have all WhatsApp message notifications
I do
popping
the
up.
same.
WhatsApp don't have notifications, so even if someone tries to call me through the WhatsApp call, it doesn't come through. I control the communication. The best thing is to, number one, be in control of everything of yours. You can't control other people, and you shouldn't want to. Control yourself and be your own boss, number one. Number two, you just have to prioritize what you spend your time on. So I do a lot of stuff. No, I don't really get stressed out because I like doing a lot of different things at the same time. Not like multitasking, but I like being a social worker. I like being in a political party. I like being a regular attender of Nation of Islam. And there's other stuff what I do as well. I just recently resigned from two posts in Croydon. One was sitting on a stop and search panel holding the police accountable for illegal stop and search, right? I left that because of the racist woman who heads it, and I've complained about her to the Mayor of London because that's who runs these projects. Internal racism again, but I don't stand up to it, and I will always tell someone if they're oppressive, and I will always tell everyone on the team as well. So I emailed everyone saying, can you stop inviting me to meetings? I'm not coming at the moment. There's a live complaint against the chair. Once the complaint's been dealt with, then I'll consider returning. Boom, that's dealt with. Now, there was another thing. I was chairing this project in Croydon called Big Local Broad Green. I was the chair. I was a co-chair for over 2 years, and we're supposed to give funding to the community, but whenever there's funding going to the black community, there's always barriers, and I know this because I'm the chair and I try to push through certain amounts of funding myself.
What's that term? Sugar? Chair?
Chair.
Like that's what it's called, yeah?
Yeah,
cool.
the actual chair.
Sorry to cut you.
So what the chair is, you're basically just accountable to make sure that everything's kind of organised. You understand the terms of reference. You make sure that everyone's going in accordance to the term of reference, which is the rules. Kind of like governing, But and I chair the meetings in it, so I used to attend every meeting. If I'm in on something, I'm very reliable, so I'd attend all the meetings and stuff, and I put bare time in. And then all of a sudden we got a hub. We got given a building from Croydon Town Centre. We got a hub, and then for some reason the steering group decided to get 3 workers. Tell me why there's 3 white workers when we live in Croydon. Not one of them are black or brown. Why? And then the Asian Resource Centre, who held the money for them, there was always listen, I am really crap at maths, but there was always missing numbers on their form. I swear to God. So there was dodgy stuff going in there. They thought they were smart, but they weren't smarter than me. The type of person I am, when I see stuff like that, I nip it in the bud. So I called a meeting with the manager of the staff. Do you know what I mean? Why should I call the meeting when I'm complaining? You should be a manager. You should see there's a dispute between the chair and the paid staff, and you should say, do you know what? Let's call a meeting. That's how professionals do it. To do all of that and to live in 3 different cities, to have 2 different degrees, all by yourself, right? Looking from the outside, it's like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Considering you didn't get no GCSEs, you were in the young offenders when you were 17. That's a lot. That is a lot. But
do you know what? You got to give yourself a
I
clap
wake
for
up
that,
and I just have drive every day. Every day I wake up, I have drive. Thank
give
you.
yourself a clap as well. Come on.
That's a bit gay, but yeah. so yeah. But you see what? Yeah, it's the spirit that drives me. I swear to God.
Okay.
And
do you pray though?
Kind of. I meditate by myself, but I'll pray like if I'm in meetings with other people from different faiths. I don't mind praying with people from whatever faith you are, but like Nation of Islam, I'll pray with them and that. By myself, I prefer to meditate. I think it's more natural, but connecting to your source, whether you pray, whether you meditate, whether you just read holy books, whether you keep it in your mind, the thoughts, and try and keep God's word, whatever that means to you, in your mind, you're doing the same thing. And what God said the most is, when you live it, that's the most powerfulest thing. When you live what I have asked you to do, not just when you think it or read it. Like, you can go to church 7 days a week. That doesn't make you no holier than the person walking down the road that has never been to church in their life. It's about what you do with your life in accordance to your life purpose and accordance to the word of the God that you serve. That's what it is.
That's deep.
So do you know what? Yeah, that's what drives me every day. I know, like, we know what we're powerful at and what we're not so good at.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what I do.
Do you know, I want to go deeper now, you know. Do you know, your fans are going to thank me, you know. So you see, when you pray,
yeah,
can you give us an insight into the words that you say?
I will, yeah. So do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my dad, he proper believes in Jesus. He's proper, like, my dad was born in Jamaica and that, and he proper loves like Jesus and the Bible and stuff. Yeah, and my aunties and stuff, my dad's sisters. 2 of them, they all do like know God in the church, but 2 of them particularly proper love church, especially my auntie Pauline as well. She proper loves church and the Bible and everything. Yeah. Big up yourself, all of my aunties, yeah.
Big up auntie, yeah.
They'll be teaching me about Jesus and the word of God and all these practices, like they can speak tongues and everything.
Oh, in the name of Jesus. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Jesus. Oh, yes. Yes, Jesus. Oh, Lord, yes. Hallelujah. When you get discouraged, all you got to do is say Jesus.
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 Jesus. Yeah. It's like the bad way of doing it, but it's better this way. Jesus.
And when my dad was not so well, he was in hospital, and my auntie was coming with the olive oil. She said, get me some olive oil, do you get me? And she was praying on him and stuff. I can't pray like they do. Like, they're amazing at praying. They know like proper verses from the Bible off the top of their head, but I can't do all of that. Yeah. Plus as well, I'm not too sure whether I believe in Jesus. If my auntie's watching this, she'll kill me. But
tell her rough, auntie. Was it Auntie Pauline as well? Yeah. Auntie.
But my dad was on the phone lecturing me about Jesus earlier for 1 whole hour, honestly. So he's like, I believe in Jesus. You need to believe. But anyway, yeah. So I don't pray to nothing else other than my God, my creator. There's only one God of life, yeah, that created us all, yeah, despite of what religion you are. There's one God. I created all living things, yeah. All religions teach that. Even the ancient Egyptians, who had many deities, yeah, there was only one God that created the life, that created life. There was other gods of the sky and God of water and God of the underworld and stuff, or goddess. But there was only one that created life in itself, yeah. So despite of all faiths, all teachings, all history, there's one creator God, yeah. So that's who I will communicate with, whether you call it prayer, meditation or whatever. And do you know what's so funny? Yeah, even in my journals, if I look back over the years, I ask for the same things all the time: peace of mind, strength, not just physical strength, but emotional strength, resilience, strength in my mind, so that whatever life throws at me, I'm able to still get up the next day and think, do you know what shit day yesterday, but let's get cracking again.
You know, enough people don't know a slave ship was called Jesus. You know that, innit?
Oh, didn't I say that though? Slave ship?
No, you said that.
Sorry.
You said that, but not a lot of people know.
Oh, sorry.
There was this, so when man's preaching to man and telling man, yo, you're on this Jesus thing, man don't know there was a ship called Jesus.
They said they had a slave ship, right? It was an ex-warship, right? And they used, they'd finished with the war now. So then, I can't remember which war it was. They'd finished with the war and they had such a massive ship. They thought, what can we do with this, right? So what they'd done is they went and, I'm trying to remember the guy's name who done it. But he went and he asked the Queen, can we please, we've been to Africa, this is what we found. Can we please, you know, like rob them? Yeah, rob them and rob their lands. The Queen said, you can bring the African people here, but whatever you do, don't force them. Yeah, they didn't have to force them, because we had people in Africa that was gladly giving our African brothers and sisters to these slave masters, right? To this day, Africans in Africa who witnessed our brothers and sisters being taken away believed, because they were taking away so many people in mass numbers, they believed that these Europeans were eating us. And you know, still today there's a belief that these white elite Europeans eat us. Look up Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has her own restaurant, yeah? That's a cannibal restaurant. This is why Trump is not a good person, because if Trump was a good person, he would have went to Hillary Clinton's restaurant and shut it down, yeah? Trump done all of that thing before. He didn't launch those investigations into Epstein Island, by the way. It was the victims that come up and started speaking out against it, yeah? Remember, Trump has attended a lot of these parties with Epstein. Remember that Trump has attended Epstein's Island bare times. Remember that Epstein has attended Trump's island bare times. Many people don't even know Trump's got his own island, that he's gave girls from his own island to Epstein to go and work in Epstein Island. But they will tell you, I support Trump. They support Trump because they don't know about him, yeah? But anyway, going back to Jesus of Lubeck. Jesus of Lubeck was a slave ship that was sent from this House of Commons in the UK to go and capture our brothers and sisters, right? Now, remember that although it's different people, yeah, it's the same spirit that is still there in heading and leading these political parties. The leader of the Labour Party, Keir Starmer, yeah, who's the current leader of the Labour Party, he took over Jeremy Corbyn. Guess what he was the head of? He was the head of the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, yeah? Whoever doesn't know what that is, they're the head of the courts. And for anyone to get charged, say for example I was an officer and I wanted to charge someone for doing a crime, I would obviously take them to the police station and stuff. It has to pass a certain level. Once it does, I can send it to the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, and say to them, can we register this case at court, right? The CPS will then decide whether they have enough evidence to charge a person guilty or not guilty. Now, Keir Starmer, the head of the Labour Party, he was the head of the CPS when Jimmy Savile got away with all of those sex crimes against children. Keir Starmer, he is the Labour leader right now. So that's who we've got, who's leading the Labour Party right now. This is why some of us have to stay, those of us that have the abilities and capabilities and the patience and stuff, we have to stay in those parties and fight. And that's why I'm staying in there and fight. And trust me, I ain't gonna let that one go about Keir Starmer. But right now, Keir Starmer ain't my main issue, because there's always going to be white elite leading these parties. My main issue is fighting internal racism from the top down. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to achieve everything and make sure that the UK is no longer racist. That's quite impossible. But what I am going to do is, where I am in my local party, I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to nip it in the bud, and I'm going to stamp it out, and I'm going to embarrass everyone in the party. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to be so unruly, because like I told people in the Labour Party, I was an activist before I come to the Labour Party, and I'll be one after the Labour Party. This is when one of the councillors said, well, you know, because I was thinking of becoming a councillor, and my MP was going to introduce me to like counselling and stuff. But then I realised I'm more powerful without any position. But one councillor said to me, look, if you want to be an activist, yeah, you kind of have to like follow suit. I said, oh, is that right? Okay. I said, just letting you know, I've been an activist for about 8 whole years, you know, 8 whole years. I've been influencing policy since I was under 18. I was influencing policy for children in care and stuff. So yeah, so that's why it is more powerful for some of us to stay in the UK. That's why it's more powerful for some of us to stay in these political parties or these workplaces or wherever we're facing institutional racism, because we have to fight. There's that side, but there's also what the Nation of Islam teaches. Well, we need to separate. The only way that we're truly going to be successful is by separation. We had the most successful civilization on earth to date without those. So we know that we can achieve it, but not everyone's ready for that. Because we do have some fair opportunities in this country, and people think, oh, it's not racist. We do have opportunities and stuff, but guess what? You're not looking at it from a whole level. You're not looking at it socio-economically. Where are our black schools? Where are our black buildings? Where are the buildings and organisations and systems for black people, by black people? There are none, right? And do you know what's so funny? Sometimes people, black people as well, will say to me, oh, Nation of Islam, you shouldn't go there. They're racist. It's only for black people. My response is, since when is something only for black people racist? Oh, well, it is because no. Okay, then. You tell me when you've been to a Jewish school. You tell me when you've been to an Asian Muslim school. You tell me when you've been to a Hindu school or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you can go for one day in one session. No, you can't join. Even black Muslims that go to mosques where there's Asian Muslims or Muslims from other cultures, you will see the other people looking down on the black Muslims, and then their religion teaches against that. So why is that? That's why we need our own buildings, our own systems, our own schools, our own organisations. That's why we need our own. But you know what though? The enemy knows if we were ever equal to him in terms of having those opportunities, game over for everyone, because we're more creative, we're more innovative, we're more everything basically. And that's factual, and that's factual, and that's factual.
And I told these suckers to leave me alone. They're fools that I can't, but my heart's made of stone. I'm going to the moon, they're getting up below. Don't know what I want, 'cause nobody knows. And I told these suckers to leave me alone. They're fools that I can't, but my heart's made of stone. I'm going to the moon, they're getting up below.
Any can't buy me money. 2 passports can't find me money. Mortgage pay can't try me money. Mortgage pay can't try me money. MONE can't buy me money. 2 passports can't find me money. Mortgage pay can't try me money. Mortgage pay can't try me money. Money, 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 money. Truckload, boatload, we want money. Nothing ain't funny, get straight to the money. Nothing ain't funny, get straight to the money. EGF, EGF. We got food, we got the cold guests. We'll be there as long as the food's fresh.